Can we talk for a minute about our Integrating Heart and Mind workshop?
Absolutely. I'm excited. It's coming up in the fall of 2024.
I'm so excited. We changed the format to make it more accessible to people with like work schedules and personal schedules. And so this time we're going to do it 3 hours on a Friday afternoon or evening, depending on where you're at, and 5 hours on Saturday for 2 different weeks in September.
Yeah, it's so great. Like if you're finding yourself stuck in like sticky bad patterns or having communication issues or something like that, or if you want to just like get closer and trust yourself or your partner more, this is the workshop for you.
Yeah, and individuals are welcome, couples are welcome. If you're interested in really thinking through how to serve yourself well inside of your relationships, then we've built a workshop that will support you in finding the ways that are just right for you.
To sign up, head over to our website at whydoesmypartner.com/events.
We hope you'll join us.
Join us for our exciting new workshop, Integrating Mind and Heart, a brain-savvy workshop that transforms your relationships. It's this September 2023, and in this workshop, we'll help you explore what holds you stuck and to understand and experience how your wildly efficient brain moves fast to protect you when you sense danger.
The skills and tools we cover in this workshop will help you develop practices that support your capacity to spend more time in those integrated states that promote relational connection.
And when you put it all together, integrating all these new skills and practices will help you to explore more ease in your relationships, even in the sticky, hard moments that can derail an evening, a week, or even an entire relationship. If you want to get closer, say the things that usually go unspoken, and trust each other and yourself, this is the workshop for you. Learn more and register at whydoesmypartner.com/events. Welcome to the Why Doesn't My Partner podcast.
I'm Jules.
I'm Vicky.
And I'm Rebecca. We're your hosts. We're also couples therapists and messy humans bumbling through our own relationships every day.
We met through our training and practice of relational life therapy. Between us, we have more than 40 years of experience holding hard relational questions with our clients. We're going to bring those questions here.
And together, we're going to take a stab at answering those questions. This podcast is not a substitute for therapy. If something you hear in this podcast stirs something deep within you about your relationship, reach out to a couples therapist in your area.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm so glad to be here with all of you. Can we just kind of pause for 1 minute? Because I'm realizing that we haven't talked much about our boot camp.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we're running a boot camp.
April 24th and 25th. It's 2 full days.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's about essential skills. Mm-hmm. What we want to do is download essential skills for healthy relationship. You can attend with your partner. You can attend on your own. Either way, it's just for these. This is going to be a group of people who are on a quest, right? To figure out ways they can help themselves make their relationships as healthy as they can possibly be.
Their relationships with others and with themselves.
Yeah.
Because these skills are so internal as well.
Yeah. And I think what's so key about this, and as we keep discovering on these episodes, as we keep recording, so many of us grew up in ways in which we didn't really have healthy relationships modeled for us. And we don't really know what a healthy relationship is or how to be in one.
Yep. That's go ahead.
I was just going to say, I heard a beautiful quote once that was, I don't have data in my brain for what a healthy relationship looks like.
So we're going to download that data. That's what these 2 days are all about. And in a very experiential kind of way.
Yep. I got into the boot camp because my husband and I attended one several years ago now. And I remember leaving it feeling like, oh, that's what I've been supposed to be doing. I'm going to try that. And then I did, and it worked.
Yeah.
And here I am all these years later, having copied that model, and my husband having really fallen in love with the work too. And it really transformed our marriage. So
yeah, it's
I feel
transformed ours too.
I feel honored to be able to lead it, that Terry's trained a few of us to do that. And the three of us got together and said, let's do this together.
Yeah. So we hope that some of you would consider joining us April 24th and 25th. You can find it on the Why Does My Partner or the whydosn'tmypartner.com website. And we look forward to
we're going to see you there.
Yeah. And it's via Zoom. So you join from wherever you are.
Yep. No need to travel.
Mm-hmm. All right. And let's dive in with today's listener question.
Why does my partner get so defensive?
I just want to normalize this because I don't know of a relationship that doesn't experience this.
Oh, God, of course.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
On both
Vicki,
counts.
will you tell them about your bubble thing? Because it's so good.
Yes. Okay. So I wasn't sure when I should jump in with that. So I call it my little bubble theory. And my theory is actually, it's an imagery. It's a better way to say it. So we all live in an unbreakable soap bubble. And the unbreakable part's important because if you can picture, like I have two fists in front of me and they're kind of like bouncing in front of each other. And so in every interaction we have, these soap bubbles are bouncing against each other. And again, not breaking, just bouncing. And the question becomes, whose bubble is being affected right now? Yeah, that's it. Whose bubble is this really about? Is this my bubble stuff or your bubble stuff? And it can be really challenging sometimes to know the difference.
Mm-hmm. Well, and sometimes it's both and, right?
Yes, actually, yes. Yeah.
I think about this and it's like, oh yeah, I could be, I come from spaces that maybe have some judgment in them. Mm-hmm. It is not completely out of the spectrum of possibility that I might say something to my partner in a judgmental way. If he got a little bit defensive, that would make sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Like this weekend when I had a discussion with my partner and I said, I don't know why you're getting defensive right now. Probably in a tone similar to that, by the way. And he said, because you say it in an attacking way. And
wait, my partner and I had that conversation this past week. Only I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah. I had to own mine. I was like, oh yeah, that was an attack on my part, wasn't it? Yeah.
It took me a little bit longer, but I got there.
Different conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It could be that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it could also come from history.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is a really important piece because we come into these relationships that we're into these adult love relationships with such different histories. We have such different points of knowing, points of bracing, different ways of surviving and protecting ourselves relationally. And from all of that, we bring in this knowledge of how to relate. And so the ways in which I'm wired to protect myself, or that you're wired to protect yourself, or that my partner is, or that your partner is, sometimes the very way that I'm protecting myself is the very thing that triggers my partner.
Yes. That sets my partner off.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and sometimes it's not even that you have to be like, I could be totally neutral or calm or asking about something like whatever.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, it pulls on the threads of that implicit memory for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll move into defensiveness really quickly just because that's normal for how he got through, right? His early family system. So it's actually not that weird.
It's not weird at all, right? It's natural and, dare I say, painful at the same time. And what fascinates me is these skills we learn in childhood that protect us from pain are some of the same skills that contribute to pain in adulthood.
Yeah, they can be costly.
Like how you said that.
Yeah,
they can be costly.
Mm-hmm. Costly,
similar to what. Yeah, it's similar to what Terry talks about. And adaptive than maladaptive now. I think is what he said.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when I break it down, I think about, well, there's two things that we're really scared of in the world. The pain of grief, right? That hurt space. And fear, terror, right? So we will do just about anything not to touch either of those spaces.
Avoidance.
So if I get into a space where I'm asking myself, why is my partner getting defensive? The first thing I want to do is like make a U-turn and see, is there something that I'm doing to avoid feeling hurt or feeling scared? Because maybe in my avoidance of that, I'm actually doing something that maybe looks attacking or judgmental or defensive too, or right.
And there can be such an opening when we start to learn these parts of what is it that I'm doing that may be causing some fear or pain in my partner.
Mm-hmm. 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 And the other thing we can do is notice, right? We can notice, hey, could be that I'm not doing anything and that my sweet love on the other side of the kitchen island may be hurting or scared right now.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a really handy tool. This is kind of like moving in with vulnerability, even when somebody's a bit hot. So if my partner gets defensive, one of my keys is to go, hey, is anything hurting or scaring you right now?
Mm-hmm.
As long as I can be remaining calm too. I find myself thinking that this whole time that, you know, when we're both hot, it just doesn't work.
If by work you mean you have a really relaxed and Discord-free conversation, I agree with you. It won't work.
That's what I mean. Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
I'm a fan of Discord conversations. I'm super weird that way. I mean, no, let me say this very clearly. I do not enjoy them in the moment.
That's what
I don't think that they're fun to be in. I don't plan to have Discord conversations. And if I can stay in it,
yes,
and remain present for it, wow, the places it takes us.
Oh, sure. Yes.
Totally. And I am a big fan of breaks. I'm a big fan of knowing that when we're in that Discord space, that had better be relatively short. And if it can't be relatively short, we probably need to take a break and have some reflection, and then we can come back to it. You know, cortisol, once it dumps into your bloodstream, think about like this. The neurochemicals in your brain operate like a light switch more. When you turn the dimmer off, it's just going to go off. It's pretty quick to calm down. But when you have a hormonal shift, you just dumped paint in your bathtub. And it's going to take a while to get it out of the water. Right? So a hormone dumps a chemical into your bloodstream. So if you've gone all the way to adrenaline and cortisol dumping, you need a good 20, 30 minutes. Sorry. That's just reality.
And let's just talk about this. You need a good 20, 30 minutes and then not to just walk right back in and say, okay, where did we leave off?
No.
Don't go there.
Don't do that. Don't do that. No. Now I need a good 24 hours of positive interaction before I go back to that hard space. So generally I'd say, hey, don't do that. Go back and say, let's just reconnect for a while.
Let's cuddle up. Let's watch some TV. Let's read some books next to each other. Let's go for a hike together. Let's enjoy a cup of tea while we watch the birds. Let's just do some other stuff. And then, can we circle back to that thing that we were talking about?
Maybe even start it with, hey, was anything hurting or scaring you?
Yeah, that's a beautiful way to start.
Or even maybe you've done that work in a U-turn. Let me tell you what was hurting or scaring me. So maybe you start with your vulnerability.
You know what I love about this conversation is that we talk about this so much in the boot camp, this kind of stuff. So if folks are wanting more, if they want to like dig into this, they can join us there.
Yeah. If you want to explore what comes up for you, have the space and time and exercises to find out what happens for you when you even think about actually doing some of this stuff, the boot camp's a great way.
Yeah. Yeah.
The exploration and the skills.
Totally. And like to leave with the experience of how this sits inside of your body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we look forward to having you possibly at our boot camp and to seeing you on our next episode. Take care.
Yeah, we'll see you soon, guys.
Bye-bye.
That wraps up this week's episode. Join us again next week for another Why Does My Partner?
We hope that you continue to listen wherever you get your audio and that you'll follow the show.
To go deeper, join us at our boot camp. You'll find the next date at whydoesmypartner.com.